It's the Anfield Wrap Transfer Show with me, Rob Gutmann, and Mo Stewart. As per Mo was off last week, we had Pricey in.
Oh, really?
Do you know what? Glenn Price insisted on rating the rumours not as Mo's but as Pricey's.
Well, I can understand why. I mean, for starters,
his name's Glenn Price.
His name's Glenn Price. We look nothing alike, so it would be kind of confusing for some of the people at home. So I'm okay. But the Mo system is now back and fully operational.
Yeah, we shall rate purely on the Mo scale from here on in. Anyway, looking at my transfer iPad, I see the first name we have is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think he's featured before. I think I totally spuriously linked us to Callum Hudson-Odoi a few weeks ago.
Are you admitting now that it's totally spurious?
No, I totally made it up in my head. But I did admit that at the time. But as fate would have it, Sport Bild in Germany have joined me in linking Liverpool to Callum Hudson-Odoi, the Chelsea 18-year-old Wunderkind, as they say in Germany. Wonderkid.
Oh, is that what the translation? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I'm virtually fluent. Anyway, yeah, so he's been linked to us. And it's a sort of credible link, in as much as the sort of player we should want to be linked to.
He fits our profile of the kind of a player that we're looking for. He's young, he's pacey, he can play on both sides. We've seen he can be a good finisher. It's an interesting one though, because there's lots of talk about the fact that Bayern Munich have gone really hard after trying to buy him. There's talk of him being the one who succeeds the Ribery-Robben dynasty that they've had over the last decade or so. But then there's also a guy who's probably leaving his own place, who's also had a legacy for almost as long in Eden Hazard, but he's still determined to get out of there. So what is it that he's seeing, and would he be able to get that from us? That is the question.
It feels a little bit to me like the Jadon Sancho effect. The young British players like Ademola Lookman, who else am I thinking?
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson, yeah. So looking to Germany now is a sort of like this mecca for young talent to get picked very early and to succeed. I think it's one thing going to so maybe not second tier exactly, but less prestigious clubs. But Bayern Munich have a surfeit of talent, as we well know. So I don't know. Liverpool didn't go for Pulisic. They might be interested in Callum Hudson-Odoi. Watch this space. I think if the window slams shut as it's due to next week without him having gone anywhere, I think Liverpool's interest might intensify, but we might be one to watch for the summer. So Mo, as it stands, be it either in the last week of the window or for the summer, how many Mo's would you rate this rumour at?
I would say I'd go warmer in the summer. I think you're right in terms of this January deal. Does seem to be, there's a little bit more manoeuvring by the clubs in terms of who wants to be in position to do this or do that, rather than concrete interests. But I like this kid, and I like the fact that it's feasible that we would be looking for him. So I'm giving it 3 Mo's.
I will concur. 3 Mo's. I usually do. We're attuned to each other. Yeah, 3 Mo's for the Callum Hudson-Odoi rumour. Okay, next one out of the transfer iPad pot is João Félix.
Yow.
Wow, Yow. That could be like a headline or something like that. That's terrible. Former West Ham... I shouldn't just read from my transfer iPad, but he's a young kid. He's tearing up some trees for Benfica. He's an attacking player. He's supposedly got a release clause of about 120 million euros. I think that's purely there to ward off suitors. The Portuguese, what is it called? Portuguese journal Correio da Manhã say Liverpool have tabled a 61 million euro bid or pound bid. Do you actually think Liverpool have tabled a 61 million? Do Liverpool know about this bid?
I really don't. I'd like to see that table, to be honest with you. I don't think it's got 61 million pounds on it. That's for damn sure.
In a suitcase, no.
No. He's a really exciting talent, prospects, what have you, but he's still very, very early on in his development. The idea that any club would be willing to pay that much money for him today is kind of fanciful.
How old is he roughly? Do you know?
He's 19.
He's 19,
but so he's on his first top flight season. So sometimes you can be, I mean, like James Milner was probably racked up 250 games by the time he was 19, but this lad's only had about 10 or 12. So it's the different scenario in that respect. He's worth that much maybe to Benfica. Is he worth that much to Liverpool? No.
West Ham have been linked to him, haven't they? Quite a bit. Did they come close?
West Ham, I'm not entirely sure, because let's face it, West Ham are so bad at transfer deals, you really never know that they've got someone until he's literally kicking the ball on the pitch. So you don't know how close they did or didn't get to him, but If he was to come to England, I would expect him to come at that level first, rather than a Manchester United or a Liverpool.
Not at that price, not at the £61 million.
Well,
whatever
to be honest,
table they put it on.
I mean, let's face it, West Ham might be crazy enough to pay £61 million for him. That's just the kind of banter club that they've become these days.
I'd let them take him, and we'll have Felipe Anderson off him, who's a grown-up.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd have him. I'm linking us spuriously to Felipe Anderson.
Keep throwing them out, mate. We've got one left.
Give it 2 weeks. Sport Build will have us linked us for Felipe Anderson. You heard it here first. Okay, the next name on the transfer iPad is...
Wait. I've got to give him a Mo rating.
Oh, shh.
We can't let it go.
Shit, no, I can't say shit. It's not the BBC, is it? How many Mo's would you rate the João Félix?
João Félix gets 1 Mo.
1 Mo.
Which is...
I'd go 0 Mo's myself. But yeah.
I'm saving that for later.
Yeah, I should actually digress to point out to new viewers that this is a what is this video thing? It's a hint, a snippet of what you can hear in a much more extended format on our subscription podcast, The Gutter Show, referencing the transfer gutter and the spuriousness of the whole enterprise. We do that several times throughout the transfer window. We'll go to about 2 a week. They're about 45 minutes to an hour long. I host them with a range of guests. Mo is frequently on them, and they're really good. And you just have to subscribe to Anfield Wrap's Tour Player service. £5 a month. It works out about 17p a show, something ludicrously cheap. So you'd be mad not to do it, especially if you're a transfer fiend like me and Mo are.
It was a really good one today as well. Some really handy conspiracy theories thrown in there, and lots of twists and turns that I wasn't even expecting.
Yeah, so you want to listen to that one. Anyway, let's move on to the next hot rumour we have. This relates to a Dutch kid. Wunderkind again.
Another one?
That's probably the Dutch for it as well.
Are you sure about that?
It's something like that.
Okay.
Just with a sort of Wunderkind. I don't know. I'll stop doing this. We said we wouldn't do this.
You did.
I did say. Steven Bergwijn, his name is. He plays for PSV.
He does.
He's been in talks with AC Milan, allegedly. I don't know if they've tabled any bids. But Liverpool have been linked with him too. Again, do you know anything about this lad?
I know. I mean,
you know him personally? Jesus. Wow. One insight. Okay.
We said we weren't going to do that on camera.
No. Okay.
No, I've seen him play for PSV. Obviously, he played against Spurs in Champions League. He's played well for the team that's been by far the best team in the Eredivisie this season. He plays well on both sides.
He's got numbers, hasn't he?
He's been on a fantastic run of, I think it's scoring or assisting in 8 or 9 games in a row, according to Sean Walsh. So he's really doing well. He's in
Sean Walsh, yeah.
But it's also another one of those that's quite a convenient story. I think that if you look at who else has been linked with him, Spurs have been linked with him, and obviously they've had a recent injury crisis. Obviously they were playing against him. Manchester United have been linked with him, but that's more of a historical link when you think about some of the players that they've taken from PSV previously. And then obviously there's Liverpool, who are
busy agent, really. This
if you look at the profile of the clubs who are interested in, AC Milan was the first one you mentioned. They're the biggest need right now. They've got a brand new striker. They just bought Piatek. They just got rid of Bergwijn, but they've got no one to load his bullet, so to speak. Suso's there doing Suso things, but they really need more attacking thrust. And I think that AC Milan are the ones who are going to end up signing Bergwijn.
Okay, so we're going to have to rate this rumour on the Mo scale. Reminder that 1 is the least likely, 5 is the most likely. How many Mo's?
He gets no Mo's, unfortunately. No Mo's. And that's not to say he's a bad player. I wish him all the best at AC Milan. He's going to need it.
It's a no Mo go from me as well, 0 Mo's. So I hope you've enjoyed this snippet with me and Mo, and we'll be back, I don't know, maybe next week, we'll see.